I'm standing at the top of the end run, I try to visualize in my head, you know, what the perfect jump would be. Once you hit a perfect takeoff, you're on a ride, and it's a great ride because you're floating through the air in that perfect tight position, and it's effortless.
Acrobatic ski jumper Dave Valenti makes flying off ski jumps look much too easy. Maybe that's because he's been skiing since he was 4 years old. Or maybe it's because he just happens to be the current U.S. national champion at this high-flying sport.
People think we're crazy for what we do, but it's just like any other sport. You know, no one can go out and do the high level of competition without, you know, all the training that goes into it.
Now, in order to execute wild aerial maneuvers off a ski jump, many hours of training takes place, a bit closer to Mother Earth, on a trampoline, where landing is a bit easier on the bones, just in case you make a mistake. Dave often works out with his skis on, a somewhat noisy practice, but necessary in order to get his timing down. And for all those double and triple flips and twists, he adds a belt for safety. But even with the many hours of training, the thought of a less than perfect landing on hard snow has to be foremost in his mind.
Well, that's what makes anything that's dangerous fun, is there's always the what if. You know, and you're always pushing your limit, always pushing, you know, your physical limits and your mental limits, and it's all, you know, there's always what if, and that's what keeps you honest.
Dave hopes that aerial skiing will be accepted as a full medal Olympic event in 1992. Until then, he keeps his skills sharpened and some money in his pocket by performing at ski shows like this one at Mount Bachelor, Oregon.
Basically, you're jumping to please yourself, not anybody else, you know, because you want to look good in the show. But there's not so much pressure as competition, so it's a really good atmosphere to train in because you can really concentrate on what you're doing.
Now, if you follow Dave's performances throughout the year, you can watch him take off in Oregon snow and land in a New York pool. This past summer, he made a big splash at the Lake Placid Freestyle competition.
It's good to just get out in front of people and, you know, do what you like to do so they can appreciate it also.
A little closer to home, you can catch Dave at the Coliseum at a Sonic halftime show. But wherever this daredevil on skis is performing, you can be sure he's having a lot of fun doing it.
It's the greatest feeling in the world. When you come off that jump and you do the most perfect jump that you've ever done in the world, and especially when you're in a show and there's a crowd of 10,000 people and you just did the perfect jump, you feel that you are the greatest person in acrobatic ski jumping at the time. And when that crowd is cheering, you know, it's the most exhilarating feeling you could ever imagine.